And it's a challenge to trust the unseen and the unknown. But I'm here to tell you, Taurus, Spirit has a plan for your life. They have a plan. They need you to be at a certain place at a certain time to do a certain thing. And they're calling you to do this. And you can either ignore the call or you can answer the call. Choice is yours. Nobody's going to hate you if you don't answer the call. Everybody's still going to love you. You're just going to keep getting what you've always had. Because Spirit has something way, way better for you. Let's talk about it. So we start out with the Ace of Cups, right? This card, in addition to being love, overwhelming emotions, new beginnings in love, this card is also about creativity, right? Because creativity comes from our emotions, right? There is not an artist out there that paints from their mind. Art, creativity comes from your emotions, right? So, out of the box, we have creativity, clarified by the Page of Wands. This Page of Wands is about exploration, discovery, free spirit, right? To Judgment in reverse, ignoring the call. Also self-doubt and your worst inner critic. To the Knight of Swords, taking action in your mind, right? Taking action, turning stagnant energy into kinetic energy, taking action with your mind. To the Devil in reverse. This is releasing limiting beliefs, okay? So what do these cards say right here? What do these cards say? These cards say, Taurus, that creativity is what needs to be implemented in your life. Creativity needs to be implemented in your life. Enthusiasm, exploration, discovery, right? You need to find or answer. How about that? Answer the spark that's in your heart. Whatever that is for you, Taurus, there is a spark that is deep inside of you, okay? Because the fire energy is about our passions, right? It's about our passions. And this is saying that there is a passion inside of you that you need to discover and explore. Because up to this point, you're ignoring the call, right? There is something that dwells inside of you that you keep repressing, that you keep ignoring, that you keep putting to the side. You are ignoring the call. Now, this is a major arcana, right? The call is source. This little fire, this little trigger, this flame that's in your heart, that's in your soul, that's in your passion, is put there by Spirit, right? But you're ignoring it, Taurus. You're ignoring it. You're suffocating it. You're not feeding the flame. Could be that you have self-doubt, right? It could be that you're like, no, I can never do this. This is just a pipe dream. I could never do this. But whatever it is, Taurus, you're ignoring the call. Spirit says to take some action. Take some action in the mental. This is an air energy, right? The swords, they're air energy, right? In reverse is about taking no action, but upright is about taking action. So what this card is saying is take what's going on inside your mind and combine it with what's going on inside of your passions. Combine it with your creativity and take action with the Knight of Swords. To the Devil in reverse. Release your limiting beliefs. You are limiting yourself, Taurus. You are. You are limiting yourself. You absolutely must release your limiting beliefs. And I'm going to recap these because this whole little squad right here is the catalyst of this whole reading, right? Your reading is centered around spirituality and bravery, but this is the catalyst. What's going on? Spirit is saying to merge your creativity with your passions, with your mental, right? Stop ignoring the call and release your limiting beliefs. That's what's happening right here. To the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. This is a dual purpose, okay? So this card in reverse is about lacking ambition or focus. It's also about perfectionism, and I think it's both for you here, Taurus. I think it's both because it's followed through with the Page of Swords. This is about formulating a thought pattern. It's about making a plan. So what this card is saying, Taurus, is nothing's ever going to be perfect. There's never going to be perfect timing, right? Quit delaying whatever this inspiration is that you have, this creative inspiration that you have. Quit delaying because there's never going to be the right time. The time is now, Taurus. The time is right now. There's never going to be a good time. The time is now. This card is also about lacking ambition or focus. To the Page of Swords, right? Plan, okay? So if you're lacking ambition or you're lacking focus, and I don't think you're lacking the ambition part of it because you have the fire, right? You have the passion, right? So I don't think you're lacking ambition, but I think you're lacking focus. And this card comes on top of it and says focus. This is formulating a thought pattern. Sometimes it can be about communication, but it's not here. It's not right now. It's about formulating a thought pattern, getting your thoughts together, right? In order to focus and stop waiting because there's never going to be a perfect time to do this. Whatever this is for you. Three of Swords in reverse, coming out of heartbreak, pain, sorrow, and grief. Having optimism for your future. To the Nine of Pentacles, independence, self-sufficiency. To the Nine of Wands, persistence and resilience. Justice. In the World in reverse, delays. Okay? What are these cards saying? Well, these cards are saying, Taurus, that see, the Three of Swords in reverse, having optimism, coming out of heartbreak and sorrow and grief, right? This card is saying that to be self-sufficient and independent, you must bring a culmination to any kind of despair that you have felt in the past regarding this inspiration that you have inside of you, okay? So whatever it is, Taurus, perhaps maybe you have some huge idea and you can't. You can't because you have kids depending on you. You have a spouse depending on you, and you can't, right? Perhaps this heartbreaking grief is that you have this fire that's building inside of you, but you're restricted somehow, some way. Don't want to quit your job, right? Don't want to quit your job and you know, have nothing because you're following some crazy idea, right? But these cards are saying, this card is saying to come out of that mentality, come out of a lack mentality in order to create an energy of self-sufficiency and independence. Bring the despair to a culmination so you can begin to move into your future. The Nine of Wands, this is telling you persistence, resilience pays off, right? Be persistent in regards to this passion, this creative fire that's burning in your chest. You must not give up. You must not give up, Taurus. See this guy in this picture? He wants to give up. Focus. He totally wants to give up, right? He's planted 8 of these. He's on his 9th one and he's like, oh my God, fuck my life. I can't even believe that I signed up for this. This is taking so long. I don't know if I can do this. No, Taurus. Resilience, persistence. Don't give up on this idea, on this inspiration that you have. Justice. Karmic law, universal law, truth. Taurus, your persistence in manifesting and bringing this inspiration to life is cause and effect and universal law being applied to your life. Because you're answering the call, right? Because you're answering the call. And the world in reverse says two things. It says, no more delays, Taurus. No more delays. We can't afford any more delays. There's something that needs to be done. See, when you have a calling, okay? When you have a calling, and I don't mean just ideas, right? I mean, I have a bazillion ideas. I'm an entrepreneur. I have like 5 businesses. I don't know if y'all know that or not, but I do. I have like 5 businesses, and they're all related to the esoteric, the metaphysical, tarot, okay? They're all a bunch of little different things. So when you have a fire that burns in your chest, right? And you have all of these ideas, you're like, oh man, that would be cool to do. That would be cool to do. I'd like to learn this. I would like to do this. I'd like to do that. But one of those sticks, and it constantly comes back, constantly comes back, constantly comes back. Things come into your path that just open doors for whatever that idea is that keeps sticking, or that desire that keeps sticking. Man, that is source. That is the universal power putting that inside of you, because they need you to follow that calling. They need you to do what needs to be done so they can use you to accomplish what it is that you came here to accomplish. So Taurus, don't ignore the inspiration, the fire in your chest. Do not ignore that. These cards are saying that you might be plumb worn out from trying to get this off the ground. You might be plumb worn out from wanting to do whatever this inspiration is for you, but not being able to do this inspiration, right? You might be full of self-doubt. You might need to seek some personal closure for some of the issues in your life in order to move forward with this inspiration, right? Your self-sufficiency, your independence is what is on the table. And you need to bring a culmination to your doubts, to your fears, to any kind of pain, any kind of despair that has kept you from reaching at least the beginning stages of this goal, of this inspiration. Hold on, I pull my bra strap up. Sorry, Taurus. Right? Because what's at stake is wishes fulfilled. Wishes fulfilled, comfort, happiness, satisfaction. The 9 of Cups is what's at stake. Are you going to continue to live in a life that is not fulfilling? Are you going to continue to do the same things that you've always done and get the same results that you've always gotten while you're hoping to one day, live your dream? Ace of Swords in reverse. This is talking about mental chaos. This is talking about not knowing how to initiate, how to get this going, how to do whatever it is that you need to do. There's confusion, mental chaos, a lack of clarity. To the Empress, about how to create this abundance in your life, about how to get a handle on what it is that you need to do next. Remember that in the center of your reading, it's spirituality. It's clarified by valor. This is facing obstacles with bravery. This Empress represents having one foot on the terra firma, one foot on the ground, and the other foot in the spiritual realm. The Empress is the connection between, hold on, I have a, there we go, an alarm. The Empress is the connection between spirit and the physical, okay? She's the connection between spirit and the physical. She's number 3. You have the magician, you have the high priestess, and then you have the Empress, right? The Empress is about creating abundance. The Empress is the culmination of all 4 queens in the deck. She has her passions in check. She has her mental in check. She has her feels in check. And she has her security in check. But here's Taurus being all chaotic in their mind. How do I even do this? How would I even begin this? How could this even happen in my life? How do I create this abundance? How do I get myself wrapped around my mental, my inspirations, my feelings, my security? How do I even begin to do all of this? Well, we're fixing to tell you, Taurus. We're fixing to tell you, okay? Fixing to tell you. Hold on just a second. I'll be right back. Sorry about that, Taurus. Amazon was at my door. Sorry. Okay, so, right? How do you manifest this into your life? How do you do this? How? Well, here we go. Here we go. The 8 of Swords. Well, there's you thinking how right there, right? How do I do this? 8s are about movement, action, and change, right? So there you are with, the mental chaos of the Ace of Swords in reverse, trying to figure out how you are going to manifest abundance in your life out of some kind of trigger, some kind of passion that you have burning in your chest. 8 of Swords, right? This is, like I said, movement, action, change. This is you being in a moment of mental turmoil, trying to figure out what action it is that you need to take to create the change, to create the movement in your life. And lo and behold, to the Hangman, right? Pausing, processing, coming up with a plan, right? Coming up with a plan as to how it is you are going to implement and execute this creative passion that's in your chest. What are you going to do? Well, the Star card says, first thing that you need to understand is that this fire that's in your chest, can y'all see that okay? This fire that's in your chest, this is your purpose. This card, the Star card, is about hope, faith, purpose, renewal, spirituality. The very first step in implementing this creative desire that you have is to understand that this is your purpose, okay? This is your purpose. This is going to renew your life. Hope, faith, purpose, spirituality. Spirituality is in the center of this reading. Spirituality. To what? To the Princess of Cups in reverse. This is a creative block, right? Creative block, which is why you have the mental chaos, right? The lack of clarity, right? Because you have this passion, this spark, this trigger that's going on inside of you, right? But you don't know what to do about it. You don't know how. What do? You have a creative block going on. Well, to the Page of Pentacles. Well, what these cards are saying, hold on. What these cards are saying, Taurus, is that you need to take a minute. Take a minute, get yourself straight, right? Figure out what kind of action, what kind of movement you need to make in your life, right? What kind of movement you need to make in your life to execute the change that you want. The Hangman, right? Pause for a minute. Reevaluate the entire situation. Reevaluate everything. Process, okay? Process this. And when you're finished, you will come out on the other side with a new perspective. Star card, this is your purpose. This new perspective, this fire that's in your chest, this is your purpose. And spirituality is the cornerstone, the foundation stone by which you're going to build, produce, and create this inspiration that's burning in your chest. Because remember I said, the things that burn in our chest is spirit trying to lead us in the direction that we need to go. You know, it's not little things. It's not, following rabbit trails all over the place. Oh, you know what? I'm going to invent this. And I'm going to do this. And this would be a great business. No, it's the thing that stays and never goes away. That's your purpose. That is spirit leading you in the direction that you need to go. Princess of Cups, creative block. What do? I don't even know what to do, right? I don't even know what to do. To the Page of Pentacles, manifesting. So what these cards are saying, Taurus, is that if you just chill for a minute, take a deep breath, and think logically about what the next step is to create this thing in your life. What is the next step for you, Taurus? Just pause. Pause, process, right? As long as it takes you. Pause, process, right? Understand that this is your purpose. During this pausing and processing phase is when you are going to be enlightened as to what this purpose is for you. True. If you take the time, if you intentionally, consciously put in the effort to begin to plan and think about this, not as some kind of a pipe dream, but as reality, it will be revealed to you through spirit, your intuition, your subconscious mind, what it is that you need to manifest. What it is that you need to bring into your life that is going to facilitate this whole thing. Five of Swords in reverse. Hold on. Sorry. This Five of Swords in reverse. This is about being open to change, right? This is about being open to change. Something has to change. There has to be some kind of exchange going on here to the Page of Cups in order to create. This card is a message of creation. This card is saying being open to change. When you're open to change, the message that you need to understand what this is and where it's going and how it plays out in your life is going to be revealed to you. Goes right back to the Eight of Swords, the Hangman, and the Star, right? Be open to change. Pause. Surrender, right? The Hangman is also about your personal will being broken, okay? So you need to pause. You need to surrender. You need to throw it up. Throw it up into faith and say, you know what, Spirit, you put this in me. What direction is it that you want me to go? How do I bring this to fruition? What do I do? And they will answer you. They will answer you, and they will show you what your purpose is and how it is you're going to get there. I promise you, I am living proof that if you give it up, give in, submit, your life will be led in a direction that Spirit needs it to go, to use you as a tool to accomplish, to complete the higher purpose of your very existence. Five of Wands in reverse. An increased focus on goals. That's what this is going to bring to you. This whole revelation process right here. Once you come through it, you're going to know exactly what it is that you need to do. And I know it sounds crazy. I know it does. I know it sounds crazy for me to say you have some kind of fire in your chest and you're being led in the direction that you need to go so you can complete at least a part of the mission that you were here to that you're here to complete, right? And it sounds crazy. And that if you're quiet and you be still and you listen, you submit, you ask, you give up, you break your own personal will and come in line with what the divine wants for your life, the answer will come to you. It will. The answer will come to you. And then you'll have an increased focus on goals. To the Three of Wands, this is lack of foresight, lack of preparation. To the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, this is being stuck, right? Being stuck. And that's where you're at. That's what you're at. Spirit is saying you're going to have an increased focus on goals. But Taurus is saying, I don't know what to do. I'm stuck where I am. I do not know what to do, right? What is Spirit saying? Spirit is saying, trust, 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 and we will show you the way. To the Emperor, this is about the authority, the establishment, the control, the structure of your life. This is about you being seated in the throne of your power. This is about you taking control of your life. This card, the Emperor, he's an initiator. He's a motivator. He's the call to action, right? The Emperor, he's not the Emperor for no reason, right? He has it all together. He's the culmination of all four kings in the deck, just like the Empress is the culmination of all four queens in the deck. This is a card, see, in the Empress energy up here, you're being called to get it together. In this card, you're being called to bring it all together. In this card, you're being instructed and enlightened that you need to have 1 foot on the earth and 1 foot in the spiritual in order for it to come together for you to be guided and led. This card is you doing it, okay? Because the Emperor and the Empress, they're counterparts, right? This card is you actually doing it because we've gone through this whole middle row right here, right? The pausing, the surrendering, the giving up, the breaking of your own will, all of that stuff. We've already gone through it, and now you are emerging as the Emperor. You know where you're going. You know how to get there. You know what needs to be done to do what you need to do in order to achieve, to manifest, to create this in your life. Four of Wands, structure, stability, foundation. That's what is being built here because of your obedience, because of your submission to what it is that Spirit is trying to call you to do. Foundation, structure, stability, harmony, and happiness in your life. The Emperor, the epitome of authority, establishment, and structure. This is the creation. This is the creation of what it is you surrendered to up here. Understand that? I hope I'm making myself clear. Princess of Swords in reverse. All talk, no action. All talk, no action. Taurus, if you're resonating with this and you're being called to do something, but you don't know how to do it, you don't even know what it is you're being called to do. All talk, no action is going to be your downfall. Queen of Wands in reverse. This card is about, number one, insecurity, right? Because upright, she's about achieving and succeeding. But in reverse, she's about insecurity. This card is also about, it's almost like setting a big green plant in the window and never watering it. And it just shrivels up and it dies. Might be some roots down in there still. If you really took really good care of it, you might be able to revive it. But that's what this card is about. This card, this Queen of Wands in reverse, is saying to you, you have growth potential. You have the potential to grow into something amazing, something alive and flourishing. But if you don't water it, if you don't fan the flame that's in your chest, it's going to die and burn out, and you won't have the opportunity to do it again. If you have a flame burning inside of you, now is the time to act on it. Now. To the Five of Pentacles. Left out in the cold. Financial insecurity, worry. All talk, no action is going to kill you, Taurus, and you are going to be left out in the cold. Good old Magician. Manifest that shit, baby. Manifest that shit into your life. This is Spirit saying, we are equipping you with all of the resources that you need to do what needs to be done. True. This is Spirit saying, we are equipping you with all of the resources you need to get this shit done. To Temperance. Purpose. Purpose. You have a purpose, Taurus. You have a purpose. And Spirit is saying, we are opening the door for you. We are opening the door for you. We are equipping you with everything that you need to do this. This is your purpose in life. All you have to do is trust. All you have to do is trust that we are leading you in the direction that you need to go. Everything else will fall into place. It's mind-blowing. Princess of Wands, exploration, discovery, a free spirit. This is what you need to do, Taurus. This is what you need to do. You need to explore this passion of yours. You need to explore it. You need to discover things about yourself, things about this passion, things about the way that things are going to go. This is about putting in the effort to explore, to discover, to get freedom. This card is about being a free spirit. Two of Wands in reverse. Taurus says, but I have fear of the unknown. I have fear of the unknown. To the Four of Swords. All I do is think about it. All I do is think about it. That's all I do. That's all I do. All I do is think about it. All talk, no action. Undelivered promises. All I do is think about it, because all I have is fear of the unknown with the Two of Wands in reverse. I contemplate it to death. All talk, no action. Undelivered promises will kill you, and you will miss this opportunity. And by kill you, come on, everybody. I'm not talking about like it's literally going to kill you, okay? But you're going to shrivel up and die because your passions are not being watered, okay? And you're going to be left out in the cold if you don't act on what needs to be done right now. Am I saying quit your job? Only if you got all your ducks in a row. What I'm saying is that there is a spark that needs to be fed. And when you feed this inspiration, this passion that is inside of you, it is going to morph and develop into something that is absolutely beyond your comprehension right now. It is your destiny. It is your purpose. Twice we have had purpose in this reading. It is your destiny. It is your purpose. And you are being called to greatness. You are being called to greatness, Taurus. The Hangman in reverse, resistance. Resistance to the Ten of Wands, burden and struggle. Your resistance, Taurus, is creating your own burden and struggle in your life. Your resistance to following your calling is creating a burden and a struggle in your own life. Your resistance is not only creating a burden and a struggle in your own life, but it is keeping you in a state of spiritual poverty. It's keeping you in a state of a lack mentality. It's keeping you in a state of fear. See, this card, these folks are left out in the cold, right? But you have to understand that it's not that, I mean, it could be that somebody, has left them out in the cold, okay? But you have to understand that sometimes people get left out in the cold because of their own pride and their own ego. Perhaps these people in this picture right here are too proud to accept help from the church behind them, right? Perhaps they're like, screw it, we'll just eat snow. We don't need anything from anybody, right? At least they're not going to dehydrate. They might be hungry, but they're not going to dehydrate, right? So the pride in the ego, perhaps, is holding these people back from doing what it is that they need to do in order to nourish their soul. Eight of Wands. Fucking take action. Take action. This is movement, action, swift change, possibly travel if you have to travel. But take action, Taurus. Even the smallest little bitty piece of action. Take action. Four of Cups in reverse before you lose this opportunity. The time is now. Whether it's the very first step of this whole thing that you're implementing, or whether it is coming to a culmination and you're ready to leap off the cliff like the fool, take action before you lose this opportunity. Seven of Pentacles in reverse, because what you've always done will bring you what you've always had. The Seven of Pentacles in reverse is a card about limited success or reward, lack of a long-term vision. If you keep doing what you've always done, you will keep getting what you've always gotten. The Three of Cups. Yeah, this card is about celebration. It's about reunion. But this card is also about creativity. It's a 3, right? 3. I'm looking at my numerology. Initial achievement, growth, creativity, expression, communication, friendship. This card is about creativity. Create, Taurus. Create what needs to be created in your life. Spirit says they're giving you the tools to manifest it. Spirit says if you will recognize and submit, we will produce. 10 of Swords. An inevitable ending. Recovery. Regeneration. To the High Priestess. I'm going to clarify this, okay? Hold on. I'm going to clarify this real quick. I'm going to clarify this. Hold on. Just 1 second. Just 1 second. Spirit, please clarify this 10 of Swords in reverse for me. Recovery, regeneration, an inevitable ending. What is this 10 of Swords in reverse? What is this 10 of Swords in reverse? What is this about? What is this about? This 10 of Swords in reverse, Spirit. What is this about? What is this about? What is this 10 of Swords in reverse, Spirit? What is this about? Spirit, what is this about? Hold on. Spirit, what is this about? What is this about? What is this about? What else is this about? Whoa. Okay. Okay. All right. So, 10 of Swords in reverse. To the Lovers and the 7 of Swords in reverse. What is this saying? This is saying, because the Lovers, right? Hold on. I just want to make sure that I have every option here. Lovers, love, harmony, relationships, values alignment, choices. What this card is saying, is that if, I think it's saying 2 things, okay? 2 things. This is about fearing failure, okay? The 10 of Swords in reverse. This card is talking to me about fearing failure because it's preceded by creation, right? Create, create, create. But Taurus comes in and says, what if it doesn't work? What if it doesn't work? What if I fail? What if I put all kinds of effort into this and then there's an inevitable ending? What if I fail? The Lovers card comes on top of it and talks about alignment. Okay? Alignment. If you are in spiritual alignment with the track that Spirit needs you to be on, failure is not an option. Failure is not an option. If you are truly aligned in your value system with what Spirit is trying to create in your life, failure is not an option. To the 7 of Swords in reverse. This is breaking free, releasing the mental. And that's what Spirit is saying here. They're saying release the fear of ruin. Release this. Let this go. Because if you keep doing what you've always done, you're always going to get what you've always had. Release the fear of ruin before you miss this opportunity. Take action now before you find yourself left out in the cold. You are creating your own burden and your own struggle by resisting what it is that Spirit is trying to bring into your life. Look at that. Look at that. And guess what? Guess what? The High Priestess. Spirituality. This is the closest card that you can get to God in the tarot. This is the divine. This is your subconscious mind. This is your intuition. This is your higher power. This is your spirituality. And that is what this entire reading is about. It's about your spirituality. It's about your faith. It's about your loyalty. Are you going to walk the walk, talk the talk? Princess of Swords in reverse, all talk, no action. Taurus, are you going to answer the call? Are you going to answer the call? That's the question of this entire reading. Are you going to answer the call? Seven of Wands. It's a challenge. Of course it's a challenge. Of course it's a challenge. We live in this 3D world. The concept of spirituality, number one, is so convoluted because of all of the different religions and the different belief systems and all of that. It's just all bullshit because it's all rooted in one source, okay? It's all rooted in one source. It is. I don't care what you believe. It's all rooted in one source. Spirituality as a human being is our challenge. It's why we're in this life on this planet. It's the purpose of being here is to understand that we are spirits in a physical body, not a physical body with a spirit. And it's a challenge to trust the unseen and the unknown. But I'm here to tell you, Taurus, Spirit has a plan for your life. They have a plan. They need you to be at a certain place at a certain time to do a certain thing. And they're calling you to do this. And you can either ignore the call or you can answer the call. Choice is yours. Nobody's going to hate you if you don't answer the call. Everybody's still going to love you. You're just going to keep getting what you've always had. Because Spirit has something way, way better for you. It's a challenge. It's a challenge to tap into your spirituality. To the Six of Swords. When you do understand your calling and your purpose, it will lead you from struggle to peace. It will lead you from the choppy waters into the calm waters. This Six of Swords is about a rite of passage. True. Regretful but necessary transition sometimes, but the definition is also a rite of passage. When you come into your spirituality, Taurus, you will walk through a threshold that will take you to the next level of your existence. The Ten of Pentacles. You can take this to the bank, bro. You can take this to the bank. Figuratively, literally. You can take this to the bank because I'm here to tell you, again, as living proof, if you follow your passion, if you listen very, very carefully, and by listening very carefully, I mean being cognizant to the doors that are opening, the doors that are closing, the little things that come into your path, the little ideas, the little throbbing thoughts that don't go away. If you listen to this and you act on it, Spirit will not let you starve. You might be hungry. In between the physical and the spiritual, this transition in the middle, you might be hungry, but that's part of it. It's part of it is how, what are you willing to lay down, Taurus? What are you willing to lay down to achieve your life's destiny? What are you willing to lay down? Everything, Taurus. Everything. This is going to bring you into the 10 is about completion, and it's going to bring you into a state of stability and structure. It's going to bring you into a state of having legacy to leave. This is the ultimate, the be all to end all in regards to security. And that's where this whole thing is leading you. The Hermit. Do some soul searching, Taurus. Do some serious, serious soul searching, some serious introspection. Seek inner guidance, higher power, wisdom. Spend a good long minute in the Hermit energy, and the answers will come to you. To the King of Wands. Success, achievement. This guy's the entrepreneur of the deck. He is determined. Fire. He's fire energy. We've been talking this whole reading about the fire in your heart. This is the result of the fire in your heart. Look, it goes from the Page of Wands, the initial spark that you need to pay attention to, all the way through this entire reading to the King of Wands. From the Page to the King. This is completion. This is accomplishment. This is attainment. This is success. This is the result of the flame being fanned and growing to the point where you achieve. That's what's waiting for you, Taurus. Achievement and success. But you have to submit. You have to submit. And right back to the question of, what is this all about? What do I do? How do I even do this? You have to be quiet and listen. And you will be directed to the very next step that you should take. And that sums up this reading, Taurus. If you'd like a personal reading from me, you can reach me at deepthoughtswithdana.com. Link in the box below. Namaste.